Hi everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today, we're taking a look at something a little bit different. Recently in Japan, at a convention of sorts, I don't know if it was a Comic-Con or a toy convention, Tagara released an exclusive set of Headmasters. Now the top row here are the Japanese versions of Brawn, Grimlock, and Skytread. All of which have been recolored to better match their original Japanese appearances. Brawn basically looks more like his comic appearance. We'll take a closer look in a second. The bottom row is really what this video is about, and that's basically the Hasbro Headmaster versions of Chrome Dome, Brainstorm, and Hardhead. If you remember, the Takara versions tended to skew more towards the Headmaster cartoon, while the Hasbro version went more with like the toy, the IDW comics, the original G1 cartoon. So these have been color matched to the Takara figures. So basically, if you buy this set, you'll have both head versions of three of the classic Autobot Headmasters. Why highbrow wasn't included? Don't know. I guess maybe, like me, they really didn't see much of a difference between the two faces, even though there is. So first we'll take a look. This is Brawn. As you can see, it's much better painted than the US release. Just flip them over into the head. You do see it's more of a bluish silver than the slate gray. That's again to match the comic book appearance, making sure. But as you can see, much closer to the original toy and anime appearance, and that'll be nice. Since we just know that they are going to be releasing the Legends version of Brawn in around September. Here's Grimlock. Again, better paint match to the original Dinobot. The head, of course, not much of a difference. I think this is more of a black than a gunmetal than what the original one was. Unfortunately, I don't have the original ones handy to compare. I do have the Takara Headmasters for the Autobots here. And then here's Skytread, which, if we remember, was, I think, flywheels. So just not really a big difference here. Just slightly different shades, but there you go. So let me get those out of the way, and we can focus more on the main event here. Now these guys, oh boy. Here's Chrome Dome. Now, recently, the Takara version of Chrome Dome has been showing up in Hasbro packaging. It's basically the Takara Chrome Dome head paint match to the Hasbro figure, but this is going in reverse, where this head, which is the IDW version, has been paint matched to the Takara Chrome Dome, which we're going to take a look at them on the bodies in just a second. So there's that. Here's Hardheads. Yeah, much better. I mean, these are basically the same. They've just been, painted better. But then here you have, this one's very noticeable because instead of the open mouth, you have the faceplate. And here's Brainstorm. Now, Brainstorm is really cool because here is a chance to get the Hasbro head, which, for some people has been a little difficult to get. The only problem is that this is paint matched to the Takara figure, which matches the Headmaster cartoon, but I really don't think matches the American US cartoon all that well. So, let's pause, and we'll take a look at the Japanese Headmasters with their old heads, and then with their new heads. Okay, real quick, here are the Autobot Headmasters. I think this is one of the first times I've had all three of these guys together in a shot, so it is nice to see these classic figures here. So, we'll just take a moment, because we're going to go from this to this. And as you can see, I've swapped out the heads for the Hasbro versions, and they match perfectly. It's a little bit different. I know for a lot of Japanese fans, this was the first time seeing these head designs, unless they were able to import the Hasbro versions of the figures. I do know there is actually a little bit of reverse importing going on, But yeah, they match perfectly and they're really cool. And basically, I'm selling my Hasbro hardhead because now I have that head. I basically have either version of the figure I want. I think the colors match a little bit better. Again, Brainstorm, I mean, let's not forget, for a while, getting the Japanese Brainstorm was the cheapest way to get that figure because of the exclusivity in America. And now with the head, which is, the pack is only around $30 or so, you know, you can even get that Hasbro head. So yeah, definitely, this is a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. You know, like I said, the pack is about $30. I think it's still available from online retailers. Really only if you're a big fan of the Headmasters like I am and you wanted to have this classic set. You know, I had already sold off a lot of my American versions as I was getting the Takara versions just because I liked the heads better. So to be able to get the American heads paint matched to the Takara Japanese bodies is a real plus. So, this is your old pal Chucks. For, you know, Brainstorm, Hardhead, and Chrome Dome. We'll see you next time. But before we go, I would like to leave a little message, and I think this is going to be lost on a lot of you who are watching this particular video. Recently, I've seen an uptick in views, namely because of the movie figures I've been reviewing, and I do appreciate all the support that I can get. But one thing that kind of concerned me was, looking over the analytics, 95% of my views come from people who are not subscribed. And now I don't really push subscriptions. You want to subscribe, subscribe. You don't, you don't. But seeing it's that many people, I think it's worth a mention that if you're not subscribed to my channel, there is a chance you are missing a lot of videos. A lot of sites that front page my videos only do so when it's a new figure that hasn't been covered before. Lately, I've been losing out to a lot of overseas Asian reviewers who get the figures released early because they're released in those markets well before America. Now, I'm not going to say one type of review is better than another, but a lot of times they really miss a few key details because I don't know if it's the style of review, as I've heard, or it's just, you know, they're only focusing on certain things. But when I review the figure, it doesn't get newsed, and I think you guys miss out a lot because there are details that I go over, you know, in my own style, and I try to lay it out. For example, this review in particular. The Headmaster set came out a few months ago, but I really wasn't able to cover it because I was focusing on movie figures and some newer figures that came out at the time. Also, again, an overseas reviewer was able to get that set the day of and basically put up a pictorial and video review. And unfortunately, a lot of times now, I'm losing out to pictorial reviews. Definitely subscribe to my channel. If you like my reviews, if you like the style of my reviews, I do try to eventually cover everything that I can that I buy. And as I've said, a lot of times, a lot of details are missed out by some of those other overseas reviewers who, frankly, aren't doing those reviews for a wide audience. And, you know, that might be an issue. But definitely, if you're one of the 94% that isn't subscribed, subscribe. You can turn off notifications and just check, but really, you're missing out. So, once again, thanks for watching, and to those of you who are subscribed, which I think will be the majority of people watching this video, thank you for your support, and I hope you continue to enjoy the views. We got a lot of stuff coming up over this summer, well into the fall, and I hope you enjoy the ride.